I've never had that happen to me before as a presiding officer, and I don't recall it ever happening to me since I've been in the legislature. So it was a very dramatic, shock and awe experience, not to be melodramatic. It was,
Right.
it really frightened a lot of legislators. They were frightened because we didn't know what was going to happen up
Right.
there, whether the projectiles would be thrown. We didn't know what was happening, and
If you just
and
tell me,
because
the name and
somewhat
where
were
you
overwhelmed
are,
by it, we got
that would be
overwhelmed.
helpful.
We were struggling to get the state police there because they were so occupied on the other side of the building, and
All right.
we were deliberating. Some, we were voting in bills
Okay.
and working with
All right,
bills
let's
and
see.
working
I
with
will
an
pass
agenda.
it on to
So
Peter, okay?
we were.
Oh, okay.
I had to make split-second
Okay.
decisions.
I'll tell him.
Do you keep going? I was trying to get the state police there. They weren't coming. It was getting worse. I thought it was getting louder and worse. Plus, I was looking at both sides, and it was coming from both sides, and I just didn't. So I made the decision: get off the floor for safety reasons. If you want to know the truth, there was safety. There was fear, but there was safety. I mean, I do have a responsibility to the state senators, their staffs, to the press. I don't know whether it's a press on the floor or not, to get them off the floor, because we had an incident years ago where we immediately got people off the floor because someone invaded the chamber with a knife, although we were coming onto the floor, and there was a safety issue. So this is the worst time I've had as presiding officer since that day when I was coming onto the floor and someone broke through the main doors with a knife in his hand. But